Hi guys, welcome back to Tech with Tata. And in this week's episode, we're going to be talking about web components. Web components, in a pretty layman's term explanation, are reusable pieces of code that you can use on your website so that if you want to code something maybe once, but you want to use it multiple different times in your website, you would only have to do that one time and then you just would change the code slightly for it to be traceable throughout and consistent throughout. A really good example of this is something like a header or maybe a play-by-play on a YouTube website. So I'm going to kind of walk you guys through what I mean by this and show you in person with an example on youtube.com as well as Penn State's homepage. So I'll start with YouTube. All you're going to do is you're going to right click. I have my mouse right here, but you can also just control right click on your Mac or whatever laptop you're using and then go down to inspect. And then as soon as you do that, you're going to see the elements of your page that you're inspecting all come up. And it's extremely helpful, this tool right here. It's select an element on the page and inspect it. This is kind of like how I played around with it and really understood. So if I'm like hovering my mouse over here and I click on it, it's going to highlight the portion of the code that corresponds with that part of your website. So this thumbnail of one of the top trending videos on YouTube shows a shadow image ID. And you can scroll up a little bit too, and you can just see YouTube image shadow. Essentially, this code is not exclusive to just this exact web page that we're on for trending, if that makes sense, because the code is being reused, and that is the web component that allows YouTube as a website to take the code, copy and paste it, and then apply it to other pieces of code for different YouTube videos. So I can click here, and then again, it would highlight this component of my YouTube video. Oop. I clicked on that video really quick, but again, same type of thing. Before this starts playing, I can click on any different part of the website and see the code that corresponds with it. I'm going to pause this before it starts it, but hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. And then the same thing over on Penn State's website. I'm going to click and inspect this as well. As you can see, most of college websites will have like this like header and footer type style where you can click on different portions of the website and it will take you, to that index part of the website. But in order to save people and coders time, they're only going to code this once as a web component. So like if I click on maybe like this inspect button, you can see that all these different pieces of code have resources and footer lists and div classes, and all of this information is transferable to different portions of your website. So you're still, again, just coding that initial code and then applying it to different parts of your website so you don't have to keep coming up with it, and you can just continue to reuse it. It's a really great way to save time for a coder and efficiency. And again, as a non-IST major, it's a little bit more complicated for me to understand, but this is sort of just an introduction of my understanding. And in class in these next couple of weeks, I'm going to continue to learn more about these web components. And I hope you stick with me in my learning journey. This class is definitely not easy, but it's been a very helpful one in learning. But tune in next week to see this a little bit more drawn out, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thanks so much and have a great rest of your week.